All right, Math 114 online students, very well done. This morning you have, or this afternoon, you've received a summary, a weekly summary from me. I want you guys to get used to that. Please make sure you're reading them. But this time around, since we're new and we're just getting started, I thought I would go over some things directly with you. So I've made some videos that I hope you're watching, so you just don't even have to read it. But I like to go over some items that were in the welcome email that I sent you guys. I also would like to walk you through a course module so you'll understand how that's going to work throughout the semester, since most of the material is through via course modules. And then I want to give you a how to study guide, something that worked with me that I like to share with you. All right. But without any further ado, after that little, oops, I'm on the wrong page here. Let me share my page. And what I want to make it sure you guys understand, I know you did read it, but I want you to hear it from me again, is how to succeed. Right. So the way you're going to do this in any online class is you need to be a self-starter. That's basically the first thing. We are not seeing each other throughout the year. So I'm not able to like kind of pound it into you guys to get work done. You're going to have to fire up your computers, fire up your laptops, fire up your iPads, get all your printing done, get all your pictures done, all right, and get all your homework done. And you're pretty much doing it on your own, all right. I do have weekly deadlines to kind of share with you guys about what's going to be, what you should be doing and what your pace should be, but you should not be waiting for those deadlines, right? Be a self-starter, work throughout the week. You'll kind of hear me say that through several videos here. Disciplined and committed. All right. Again, that kind of piggybacks on what I just said there. Have the discipline and the commitment to study math every day. Reading your guys' intros and seeing your guys' practice assignments, it's very clear to me that math is not one of your guys' favorite subjects and you struggle with it. If that's the case, right, that means you have to commit yourself even more to it, because we all know that when something we don't like is due or the deadline's maybe 6 days away, it's usually the last thing that we want to do, right? Because we want to do all this fun stuff. But have the discipline and commitment to work on your math every day. I always like to try to tell my students what you should do is reward yourself. Um, you know, Commit yourself to studying math for about an hour on a Monday, and then reward yourself by doing those things that you like to do, whether it's video games or going on a short hike. So turn it around rather than doing your favorite stuff first and then doing math later. Get the math done first, right? Get that peace of mind, and then go out and do something fun to reward yourself. So try that. Be a good communicator. That is huge, right? Again, we're not seeing each other here. Often, what I'll be doing is sending out emails definitely every Friday. Expect a summary from me. So I expect you to read those emails, respond to those emails if you have questions. Email me if something's up on your end. Keep me in the loop. Let me know what's happening. All right. So that I can be as helpful as I can. So please communicate with me. All right. I'm willing to work with you in certain situations. But you have to communicate. Telling me last minute that something's going on or whatever is not probably going to work. But just please be a good communicator. It's needed in an online class. Read and follow directions. All right. Again, the fact that you guys are getting this email tells me you guys can do that. You've already done it with going through all the little items I wanted you to complete by Wednesday night. Fantastic. Continue to do so. Keep in mind those directions and things you're going to be reading will probably be in some weekly announcements or summaries. So please make sure that you continue to read them and follow directions. Be aware that this is an online class, right? And that you need to master the material in such a way that you're ready to take an in-person assessment. There's two big ones we're going to be taking this semester. In the math solution testing area, you're going to go in, you're going to check in, you're going to have your pencil. I'm going to give you some paper. You will have no calculator. You will have no computer. You will have no technology whatsoever. And you have to basically demonstrate that you know what you're doing. So fight the urge. When you're doing your homework, make sure you might want to do 4 or 5 of them without, all right, some technology. Prepare like it's going to be a test. Also in the videos, I'm basically showing you how I would like you guys to show your work. So make sure you're paying attention and follow suit. All right. Because that's going to be a biggie. I give partial credit on most problems, but if you're not showing your work correctly or if you're not showing it all, I'm going to not give you a whole lot of points. All right. So the right answer to me is irrelevant. All right. It's the work that you do getting to that right answer that's more important. So make sure, be aware that you're going to have to take in person assessments. So you better study accordingly. I would also encourage you on that note is that use the discussion board. If there's a homework problem or two that's a little lengthy, go ahead and take a picture of that work, post it on the discussion board, and I'll grade it. I'll tell you, hey, your work looks great. Here's where your errors are. Please expand on this area, show your fraction work better, whatever. I'll give you feedback so that prior to the inset assessments, you'll know what I want in terms of work shown. Usually that happens in a classroom setting when I'm with students. I usually grade things up on the board in front of them. But for me and you, again, you got to be a self starter. You got to stay disciplined, right? You got to keep on this on your own. All right. So be aware of that. Let me scroll down. Oops. Let me take that off and clear that. All right. Scrolling down, now that you guys have finished everything, the next thing you guys should be doing, right, is you guys should be working, right, with your review module. All right. So again, some of you probably haven't already started that, and that's wrong, right? There's a lot of material there. We're going to be going over fractions and arithmetic and your number line, and adding and subtracting and multiplying and dividing numbers. Again, you might think you know how to do it, but there's some different bends. As a matter of fact, I'm going to reteach many of you PEMDAS and the order of operations. So we're going to learn some things right. So please make sure you're starting your review. It should have been started already. If not, get on it. All right. It'll be our first kind of module this semester. You'll download the pretest, you'll watch the videos, you'll upload it. So I know that you listen to me and you understand what I want. All right. So please make sure you're doing that. And then last but not least, right, your expectations. Um, again, this is a 4 credit hour class. You should be planning on spending about 12 or 16 hours weekly doing work. As I mentioned, have the self-discipline and the commitment to work on something every single day. There's 7 days during a week, right? So if you work about 2 hours a day, there's your 14 hours right there. So, and I'll tell you in a video how you should structure that time. The course again is laid out in course modules. Every textbook section has a corresponding a Canvas module associated with it. Usually what you'll do is on the overview page, there'll be a link to the guided notes. There'll be the learning objectives there. And then you basically upload those guided notes, and then you watch the videos, right? You complete those guided notes, right? Again, I'm giving you my explanations, my definitions, my how-tos, and then you convert those notes to PDF files, JPEGs, or PNGs to upload them into the Canvas grader. I'll grade them, give you feedback, and then at that time, right, you guys should be going over to my math lab to get some homework started, right? Practice what you think you're learning and what you're knowing. And then, as I've mentioned, please participate in Canvas discussion boards. Great place for you guys to get some help. I encourage you guys to help each other. It's a great place for me to interact with you and show you how work is done or what your questions might be. All right. So each module is probably going to take you about 3 to 4 hours to complete. There's about an hour's worth of videos. After you review and redo the notes, right, it'll probably take you another half hour. And then the homework, I've usually designed all the homeworks to last no more than an hour. So if you're slogging through the homework for about 3 or 4 hours, that's a sign to you that something's wrong and you better start asking questions. All right. So our pace, we've got to go to about 44 textbook sections. So we're going to be doing about 4 or 5 sections per week. I've tried to keep everything to about 4. All right. And again, make sure that you're learning for understanding, right? Because you have to get yourself prepared for some some in-person testing. Oops, let me get rid of that. Right, some in-person testing that's going to be happening throughout our semester. So please make sure you do that. As we get closer to these midterms and finals, I'll share more information with you guys. But right now, they're kind of off on the horizon, and we're just trying to get things started. But more on those 2 items soon. So that should kind of walk you through hearing my voice, what many of you probably read, and I hopefully read, right, through the welcome email that I sent. So let's commit ourselves to each other to do well. Let's work every day. Let's get something accomplished every day. Let's learn math so you guys can pass this class and start flying in other arenas in your lives. All right. So for now, that's all I'm going to share here. Let me stop sharing. I'll see you in some other videos soon about where I'll literally walk you through a course module, and I'll also share a how to study guide. Talk to you guys later.